So, just finished at the doctor's. I had to give them a blood pressure reading a week or so ago, and they immediately called me and said, "Oh, we think you ought to come in." So, I've been in. They did blood pressure. They do it 3 times and then take the average, and it's a little bit high, is what they've said. So they've given me one of those monitoring things. So I've got to take that home and monitor my blood pressure 4 times a day, and then fill in a form. And I think it looks like probably a couple of weeks, and then I take the form back and they'll decide what to do next. So I've never had high blood pressure. I'm not sure what's causing it, why all of a sudden I have, but I guess it's been a while. They told me the last time they have any record of it being recorded is 2013. So I don't go to the doctor very often. I try and avoid it if I can, but I'm guessing I'm going to have to start getting used to maybe paying a few more visits. The joys of getting older, there's always something, isn't there? And if I want to have a healthy retirement, I need to make sure I look after myself, go in when things are wrong. I don't have any sort of daily tablets or pills or anything like that. I don't really want to get into all of that. I know lots of people who have, they have like 5, 6, 7 different pills they take every day. That's not really what I want to do. I'm going to have to move over things. There's a very narrow lane. Got a guy coming down. So yeah, I don't really want to get into, you take one pill for blood pressure, then you take another pill to counteract the side effects of the blood pressure pill, and then you take another pill to counteract the side effects of the side effect pill, and before you know it, you're rattling around. So that's not what I want. So I'm going to try and avoid that for as long as I can, but I guess this is what happens. Anyway, I got an appointment pretty quick. They were all very nice and friendly. In my local doctor's out of town, so it's not too busy. So yeah, and it's a chance to have a walk somewhere a little bit different. Some nice views, some nice homes here, nice view up there, look. Yeah, some really nice stuff. And it's a lovely day. It's actually sunny again. So enjoying that. And seeing lots of sort of walks and places to go. But it's far too wet at the moment. Nice little public footpath there, but it's just too wet. Somebody's lost their bubble hat. I'm sure they'll come back for it, hopefully. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, I'm going to finish my walk, and hopefully I'll see you next time. So, just come out for a little walk somewhere. Lovely location today. And it's somewhere we thought about moving to. Specifically, we thought about moving to this cottage here. I don't know if you can see it. I hope they're just taking everything out so they can fix it up, and it hasn't been flooded, but it does look like there's been flooding around here. And we're just thinking, gosh, imagine if we had bought that place, because there's signs of flooding everywhere and the river's very high, and we're just thinking, gosh, that could have been us, because that was a place we were looking to buy at one point and decided actually no, this wasn't quite for us. We didn't really want to be overlooking this lovely old castle, because you probably get, as you can see, there's the car park for it. It's a National Trust site, so we thought, well, we don't really want to live opposite a National Trust site. Whilst it's beautiful, it would always be very, very busy in the summer particularly. But yeah, just looking around, there's signs of flooding everywhere. A few of the homes seem to have, just because I can see through some of the windows, we've moved stuff upstairs. There's boxes of things upstairs. I wonder if a lot of people got flooded. So yeah, one of those things, isn't it? One decision could have made a huge difference to us. I mean, we're really happy where we eventually did move to. Flooding was one of the things we thought about. We always check that. because it's just something you really wouldn't want to have happen, isn't it? But yeah, so quite interesting. So it's raining today. We had a lot of rain overnight. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting. So the other thing it's made me think about is some of those other sliding door moments in my life where I took this job and not that job, or we moved to this home and not that home. And there's been quite a few occasions where, do we make a big decision? Was it the right one? And I guess you never know. I remember at one point I had 2 job offers on the table, one working for Guide Dogs for the Blind and one working for a council. I took the one working for Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that then led on to me getting my last job. So I guess had I not done that and taken the council job, what would I be doing? Where would we be living? How would that have worked out? And you never really know, do you? So there's lots of decisions like that in your life, I think. I guess the trick is not trying to second guess yourself. I always think, well, it's worked out. I'm happy with where I've got to, and all those decisions have led here, so I'm quite happy with that. I know some people often think, gosh, they're not happy where they've got to and wish they'd made different decisions, but I guess luckily we're not like that. Anyway, you can see Nick a little bit ahead of me, so we're just enjoying a nice walk in the rain, in the countryside, in the fresh air. So we're going to finish that off, and hopefully I'll see you next time. So it's dry. Just been on a walk down to the river. There's an old chapel, dilapidated, but actually it was open. We went inside and it looks like it's in use. Had service dates and times and all the Bibles and all sorts of stuff. So I'm guessing it's still in use. But in pretty poor nick. The other night they seemed to be a little bit scared. They were a bit freaked out. There was a pheasant in the back garden. They were all inside, all the cats, looking out the window, looking, well, not like they wanted to go out and have a go at the pheasant. So I think pheasants maybe a bit bigger. They got strong beaks, so maybe they're cat proof. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a video one day where I talk about the cat's getting a pheasant. But for now, I think we're fairly safe. They're sticking to mice at the moment. Seem to have the odd mouse every other day. Not had any squirrels or rabbits. Don't seem to have many rabbits around here, which is nice. Our old house, we had lots and lots of rabbits, and they'd be coming in, particularly certain parts of the year, almost daily. But yeah, it's been pretty good. So we've been lucky so far. Pheasants in the garden, which is lovely to see. Obviously lots of birds. So maybe we'll have a walk around the garden when the weather gets a bit better. Obviously it's not that big a garden, so it won't be a long walk. But that'll be something nice to do in the future. Anyway, walking back uphill now, away from the river, which is why I'm a bit out of breath. I'll get home, nice cup of tea, do my blood pressure monitoring, and we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's it for me. Finished the walk. Nick just ahead. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Another beautiful day. So it's raining a bit today. We're on holiday, so we're taking the opportunity to get out, go different places. We come to Tinton today. Beautiful. Been here before, but it's we're walking across the bridge that you saw in the opening. Having a bit of a wander about before we get some lunch somewhere. Nick's up ahead. It's a bouncy bridge, this one, although it's got a 3-ton weight limit, so I think we're going to be okay. But it got me thinking, we don't go out often enough. I'm doing this daily walking. I'm doing it sort of in the local area, but there's so many fabulous places in the UK. We're near the Forest of Dean, Ross on Wye, beautiful part of the country. And actually, I don't know, do people make the most of the great UK? Flying off to Spain, we've done that before. We go off to Spanish Islands, America, other places. It's just, there's so much around here. I mean, look at that. Sinton Abbey in the distance there. We're going to go up to the Devil's Pulpit and see what the view's like from there, and we'll stick the footage in. But yeah, I like being able to drive places. I don't like the faff of going to an airport. All that waiting, all that queuing, all that money, all that expense, putting the cats in a cattery, getting a taxi to the airport, all that sort of stuff. When actually you can have a great time in the UK. Admittedly, we're not going to get a tan. We're not going to get a tan today. It is only 3 degrees. It's very cold and wet. So it's, you've got to be hardy. But in the summer, we'll come back again in the summer because I think this will be lovely. And there'll be more people about, I guess. But, summer in the UK, some of the places we've got, you can't fault it. So, that's my thoughts anyway. Beautiful country, beautiful place to visit. Always something to see and do. And there's so much of it we haven't seen and done. So hopefully over the next year, 2, 5, 10 years, we'll get out and about and see a lot more of it. But that's it. Anyway, we're heading uphill now, up to the Devil's Pulpit. I'll show you the footage when we get there. But we'll carry on with our walk. So quick update. We've got to the start of the Devil's Pulpit, but we saw someone coming down and they advised us that it's very, very slippery, very, very muddy, very steep. Probably not the best day to go up there. So I think we'll come back in the summer. We've enjoyed a nice walk along the old railway line, but yeah, I don't think we're going to go up there. So that's it. We'll finish our walk and hopefully see you next time. Well, not the best day. It's pouring with rain. Oh, and there goes my hat. I knew that would happen. Oh, couldn't have staged that any better, could I? Yeah, it's a bit windy today. Not too good. Oh, well, we had a lovely evening yesterday. Got a Indian takeaway from it's not an Indian restaurant, but it's like a retreat we've got nearby where Nick goes and does yoga. And because they're looking after people who are there on retreat, they've got a kitchen and they also sell takeaway. So it's very nice. A lovely takeaway from them. First time, we thought we'd try it. And settled down to watch a movie. We've got Amazon Prime and they'd given me a £5 voucher. Gosh, it's going again. They'd given me a £5 voucher to use if I wanted to watch a movie. And a few weeks ago we watched a movie with Ryan Reynolds in and Jeff Bridges called RIPD, so rest in peace, or rest in peace department, something like that. Anyway, it's a action movie. They're dead and they're chasing other dead people and whatever. Really good movie, really enjoyed it. And there's an RIPD 2, so we thought, let's watch that. And good old Amazon, you had to pay for that one, so we thought, well, great opportunity then, let's watch it. So settled down and watched that last night for free, and it just got me thinking. I mean, it was okay. Not as good as the first one though. I mean, really not as good. Completely different film, really. Didn't have Ryan Reynolds in it, which didn't help, although the actors in it were good. Yeah, sequels. I started thinking it's not just movies. I have a biscuit and think, oh, that was nice. Then I'll have another biscuit. And it was nice, but it's not quite as nice as that first one. And I guess it's that excess, isn't it? The old saying is a little and often. You can never have too much of a good thing. Well, I think you can. Quite often I think, oh, I wish I hadn't had that last beer or wine or port or whatever else. The first one was so nice, I thought I'll have a second one, and it's never quite the same. So sequels for me, sometimes they work. I mean, I love the original Star Wars trilogy, and the second one was just as good, if not better than the first. But I think in life, sometimes you can have too much of a good thing, and you have to, they're no longer special if you have them too often. So it's something I've been thinking about. I like walking every day, so I'm going to keep doing that. But there are some things where you do it too often, have too many chocolates, and it's just not as nice, and they're not good for you either. So yeah, sequels really got me thinking. All from that movie. Like I say, I'm glad I didn't pay for it. It wasn't the best. It was okay, and I'm sure the people that made it really put a lot into it, and I couldn't have done it. But it wasn't as good as the first one. That's it. Anyway, we're going to finish our walk. I'll try and keep hold of my hat. But if ever you're thinking I'll just have another, maybe hold off. Or I'll just do that again. Maybe hold off, because it might not be as good as the first time you did it. Alright, anyway, hopefully I'll see you next time.